Hi you guys, it's me NeeCJae. Today I want to come to you with why your skin looks dry and old. And I have step-by-step ways to fix it. If you're interested in seeing this video, keep on. You guys know that's been with me any length of time. I love skincare. I am all about healthy looking skin. You know, skincare is more important to me than actually wearing or using makeup, okay? Because you have to have healthy skin in order for your makeup to look good on your skin. You know, you can have makeup on your skin and it looks dry and patchy and flaky and it just looks cakey and you're wondering what is going on. It's because you are not taking care of your skin the way you are supposed to. Disclaimer, this is a disclaimer. I want to go ahead and get this out the way because anytime I talk about skincare, I have a couple of people or a few people that come on here and say, hey, you need to go ahead and get those moles removed from your face and you need to get these. That doesn't cost that much, you know, to remove these moles. Let me just tell you, me having moles and freckles on my face does not have anything to do with skincare. It doesn't have anything to do with skincare. I have healthy skin. My skin is healthy. I have dry skin, but it's not as dry as it used to be. But my skin is actually healthy. These moles on my face mixed with these freckles is hereditary, okay? And I used to worry about it when I first saw these on my face. When I first started getting them out, say, and I went to like a dermatologist and I asked them about trying to see what I can do to have them removed. She said, yeah, you can get them removed, but it's not a guarantee they're going to stay removed. They may come back. So to me, I'm like, what's the difference of me removing them? I've come to grips with it's okay. I'm all right with the moles on my face. I already have freckles, but the moles have added on, so it makes it look like it's a bunch of moles, which it is quite a few because I'm 55 years old, so now they're coming up here. You know, I also asked my husband about my moles, and my husband said he loves my moles and my freckles. He said it's kind of what makes me. He likes them actually, which is fine. But for those of you that are having an issue with my moles, and I'm not having an issue with my moles and telling me I should remove them, if you want to donate to the mole donation and you want to give me money to get these removed, I will certainly get them removed if you pay for it, okay? And I'm for real, because when I checked into it, it costs about $150 to $500 to remove moles because I can't get it done with, you know, with my insurance because it's considered cosmetic. And I am very frugal with my money. If I don't deem this important to me, then I'm not going to pay no $500, $150, $200, $300 for per mole. That's not going to happen. And this is in where I live, okay? This is in my area. I've already checked just for you guys. So I will list it down here, my Venmo, Cashapp, or wherever else you want to donate for the mole removal, because I would certainly have it done if it's bothering you that much. So that's for those who really, because I just keep getting these and you need to remove your moles. I'm not going to remove them. It's not that important to me. I feel like I'm okay. My skin is healthy. I have healthy skin. This is just something that's hereditary. My aunts and things have moles on their face. Some of my cousins, it's in my family. So, and the point that they said I would have gotten them removed long time ago, but when I was told they can come back, totally ruined it for me. So anyway, I am done with this disclaimer. I will go ahead and put all my information in here and I will link a mole donation so that you can donate to it. We're going to go ahead and continue with our regular scheduled program. I've written some things down, so you may see me look over here every now and then because that's where I have my notes. First reason why your skin looks dry and old is because of dehydration. Your skin is thirsty, especially if you have dry skin like myself. It actually means that you are not hydrating your body enough. When your skin is dry and flaky and crepey and looking dull, your body is dehydrated. Your overall body, sometimes your hair, your nails will be brittle. It's because your body is dehydrated. That is number one reason why your skin is looking dry and old. Number two is your skin is not getting enough moisture. When I say moisture, maybe you're using harsh cleansers that suzz up. When your skin is not getting enough moisture to it, it can make fine lines and wrinkles look deeper. And when you have deeper fine lines and wrinkles, it can make you look so much older than you are. Number three is lack of exfoliating. You're not exfoliating your skin. Your skin is looking dull and lifeless, which can actually make you look older. Dead skin just sitting on the surface of your face can make your skin look dull, lifeless, older, look cracked, and make it look like you have wrinkles when you may not even have the wrinkles that you think you're seeing, because that dead skin just laying there on the surface of your face. Lack of exfoliating, okay? Number four is not using hydrating products, okay? Mature skin needs hydrating deep down with the products I really get into the skin to hydrate that skin, okay? Especially if you have dry, mature skin like myself, it needs hydrating products. That's very important. And we're going to go over some things in the next one when I talk about how we're going to fix this issue, okay? The next one, number five, is sun damage. UV rays can cause dryness. It can also cause texture, wrinkles, and dark age spots on your skin. So you have sun damage that can also make you look older. Right, so now we're going to go over step-by-step ways to actually fix this issue, because you can fix this issue, okay? You don't have to look older than what you are. Even though we have mature skin, our skin can still look flawless. We can still have healthy looking skin. And the first way to do that is change your cleansers. You need to use cleansers that do not suzz up and foam up, okay? Gentle cleansers, cleansers that will not strip the natural oils from your skin, or less foam is the best. I like oil cleansers. One of my favorite right now I've been using is by Sephora, and it is an oil cleanser. It's comfort cleansing oil. It cleanses your skin gently, and it helps to leave in the moisture so it doesn't strip out the natural oils from your skin. Several different ones. I have one by Palmer's. I have another one by CeraVe, just a cream cleanser. I have several different cleansers, and I will link everything that I talk about in the description box below, okay? In the description box below, when I say that, because I have a lot of people ask me, well, where is the description box? When you go to my name, right, when you go down, you see the video and you see the title. When you scrolling down, you'll see more on it. You click on more, and it's a drop down, and it shows you all the products that I have with links to it, where you can click on it and go straight to the product, okay? So that will be in the description box below. The next one is, now this is a little hack that I've learned when I used to work at Estee Lauder and Clinique and things. You want to apply most of your products on damp skin, especially your serums, okay? You want to apply them on damp skin, because when your skin is still a little damp, it helps to absorb better. It helps to make those products go deep into your skin instead of just lay there. The next step to fix your skin is to use hydrating serums, okay? Hyaluronic acid, peptides, ceramides, vitamin C's. You want to use things to hydrate your skin, to brighten your skin, like the vitamin C brightens your skin, makes your skin look alive and not dull and lifeless, okay? So yeah, you really want to focus in on hydrating serums, like I just said. Again, I will have a list of some of my favorite ones, and it's very important to include them in your skincare regimen. Once you apply that on your skin, you have your serums. The next step, number 4, is you want to seal all of that in with a good hydrating moisturizer. Now, I'm talking about my dry skin people here. And you can find moisturizers in it that has ceramides, shea butter, peptides, squalene. You know, you want products that really hydrate your skin and help seal that moisture in. Like for one, I have one it's by Paula's Choice right here. This is just one of them. It's the Pro Collagen Peptide Plumping Moisturizer. It's something to help lock in that moisture, okay? And this is one of them by Paula's Choice. They have great products, okay? But again, I will have everything listed in that description box. Just make sure you have something to really hydrate that skin and seal what you've just added into your skin. Seal it so it will not seep out, okay? This is a little trick that I used to do. I still do now, but my skin isn't as dry as it used to be. But every now and then, I may add this to my regimen. Add a facial oil at night, okay? After you cleanse your skin and you add whatever your products that you use at night, seal it with a nice facial oil. You can use a facial oil that maybe have argan or squalene, rosehip oil. Things that, you know, they have really great moisturizing, hydrating facial oils. So you're hitting it from both ways. You're doing your daytime routine and making sure you have all these hydrating products. And then at night when you sleep, you're adding an extra layer of moisturizing, hydrating oils to your skin. Number 5, I believe the next step is exfoliate your skin at least once or twice a week. Okay, I started with one time to make sure my face can tolerate it, and I did that for several weeks, and then I added in 2 times a week. And you want to use exfoliants that's gentle on the skin, not the ones like them St. Ives. Like a lot of those granule exfoliators are made out of ground walnut shells that can irritate and tear your skin. And we are not trying to damage our skin any further than what it's already doing. You don't want to damage it, okay? So use gentle exfoliators. You have liquid exfoliators. I will list my favorite liquid exfoliators in the description box below. And do your research on liquid or chemical exfoliants is what I use. I love the chemical exfoliants. They just go into your skin and they eat off the dead layer of skin. You leave it on for like 10 minutes and then you wipe it off. I use one by The Ordinary. It's called the Chemical Peel, but it doesn't peel your skin. It just lays up there, eat off that dead skin, you wash it off and you're done. And then you immediately start applying your serums, your hydrating serums back into your skin. I'm telling you, exfoliating your skin, you will see a big difference in how your skin looks and feel. It may feel a little drier once you exfoliate because you are removing all that dead layer of skin, but then immediately after, start applying your hyaluronic acid, your serums, your peptides, your ceramides, vitamin C's. Go ahead and add that back to your skin and seal it with a great hydrating moisturizer. I promise you, you will see a big difference in your skin. All right, so the next one, also number 7, I think, is sunscreen. You want to use your sunscreen. Sunscreen is very important. As we age, our skin gets thinner and it needs protection from the UV rays, okay? Yes, if you say, I have never used this before, now you can start right now. Start using sunscreen right where you're at. It makes a big difference in the health of your skin, and you want to protect your skin from the harmful rays. As we age, like I said, our skin is much thinner than it used to be, and so it needs that protection. So start protecting your skin right now where you're at. It's never too late to start, never. Last but not least, and I talked about this earlier when we first started, hydration. You want to drink water. You want to hydrate your body internally. Very, very important. This helps your organs, your heart, your liver, your kidneys. You want to use and drink water. It's very, very important to keep your body hydrated. It just doesn't help your face. It helps your overall body, our hair, our nails, our sight, everything, okay? So hydrating your body is very, very important. I believe our body is made out of like, what, 80% of water? So we need that water. When you start seeing your skin and your nails and stuff getting dry, you might need to check to make sure you're drinking the correct amount of water for your body, okay? That is very, very important. Keep hydrated. Just look, and I had lipstick all on my teeth. Anyway, I hope it wasn't through the whole video. If it was, just ignore it, y'all. But anyway, that is all I have for you today. I really hope this video was helpful and interesting, especially when it comes to your skin and keeping your skin looking healthy. That's the main thing here. We want healthy looking skin as we age. And we're all getting older. So you're not going to look, I don't expect to look young in my 20s and 30s like I used to. I'm 55 years old, so my skin is going to look different, but I still can keep it looking healthy for as long as I can. And by doing these things that I showed you here, I promise you, you will see big results. Now, consistency is the key. You can't just hit and miss. You have to do this consistently. Give it at least 4 weeks to see. Take a picture before you start. And then 4 weeks later, look at your skin. Do this consistently on a daily basis, and I promise you, you will see results. So anyway, guys, again, thank you so very much for taking time out to watch this video. I greatly appreciate it. Peace and love until next time.
Before you say goodbye.